Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
I do prophecy. If you prophet anafe ma
say me
kasa we are no maka bi 1 minute why
mate
me there a kwan bi
oh
a kwan bi awa ekopie kotia udra na wadu ma wie
Supreme Court is something so big.
Let me free say. No, let me free say. Because I'm a carson, I'm can eat but the Professor Kano. I'm going to say summary no ebi o ebi. No, say there's a difference between accepting a judgment and disagreeing with the content of the judgment. Say President Kufuor Okaya 2012 when 2013 yet ruling the bar no but can say in fact some of the arguments of my advance or my reach or conclusion he doesn't agree with that equation but he accepts the decision of the court. The reason is accepting the decision comes with some consequences. The consequence is that then it means you have accepted the legitimacy of the president. Nipa yetu abano one so no. Until this time,
am I any interpretation of the NCC? How they?
Oh no, I'm just saying. So we say or accept. The reason why you can disagree, but is normally preferred. So we accepting is accepting comes with consequences, and the consequence is that it means that now the legitimacy is established, as in by the court. And then secondly, there are various ways of showing your disagreement or your non-acceptance of a decision of court. One of the ways is that you can still continuously demonstrate and act in a way that creates tension and disharmony. Now, every country, whether you move forward or go backwards, is determined largely by the kind of environmental war. Lawyer, you get what I mean? So, and these things are considered before somebody does investments. Let me give an example like Dr. Congo. Recently, Italian ambassador, the bodyguard, any driver, ambushed and killed. Obviously, obi opportunity no be some country be Africa. Osi obe boneni obe ignore such the item of security. It cannot be true. So just that me can say I agree with Syria Pra say you have the right to say, oh, as for me, I disagree with the content. But in terms of acceptance, it is because of the follow-up consequences. It is in our interest to say that although I disagree on this part of the argument, I accept what has come out so that we move forward. That's the point I just want to make.
There are problems with what you
say. So, penny so what must say? Oh, penny so what must say? Entina me ka say, mo mayenko ho. O de munya no ho za. Yeah. Ade penny se kwano wa se den a ewi wa bobo no ho. Genya duru ho ewi.
A brought apartheid South Africa, judges, a sentencing lesson on the other. So many young people, and your lecture for 27 years. Would you condemn that? Now, if you would not condemn that, what would you do? This year, you can say, Myanmar, Omo Kotoba, the Toba and I should have company for actually answer Suu Kyi. I did not call court. Yeah, because I saw you see report. Now, so a lot of you see what I'm doing. Would you condemn that? Master, now what can I about investment near them? The facts do not support that. DR Congo, they get more investments than that. In spite of the fact that they've been in civil war situations for decades, I didn't know more investment. Because they have more resources than any other country in Africa, perhaps any other country in the world, per capita. So, in spite of the war, in spite of everything, they still continue to get substantial investment. This is not to say something they are war, because war is not the papa. It's not the papa. Huh? And maybe any who can some chance and because the two-year country invariably doesn't solve any problem, it creates more problems. Into war, and a civil strife near the and not there as a social. and as a more pious and member. Now, under some circumstances, it becomes inevitable, like the situation in South Africa and like the situation in Myanmar.
Lawyer, mami do last bite we won afi enko.
No, na dey me kitwa bi a meka ne say ne di kan no Supreme Court ya eti wo sisi asema eda won anima wo die no eye petition eye John Dramani Mahama eda court to say abana declaration Judgement say on the 9th of December no based on the figures enya dia obia enya more than 50% of the total valid vote cast said there article 63(3) of the 1992 constitution no ekano enuntina ode asem akodom court. Oh, okay.
Another aspect of the petition is that the elections and the declaration of the report was not done lawfully.
Oh, that's a my because I don't know. Me person me can't be issues. Anything now. So we share grounds on a petition no amended petition or the condom court no. Grounds no na 4 grounds. The first ground no any say obia nya more than 50% of the total valid vote cast. The toso bi so any say na or say kwanya Judgement our returning officer for the Electoral Commission of fast so or the declaration no there etiatia article 23 and 296 of the Constitution. Now article 23 and 296 of the Constitution no combine here about exercise of discretionary power. Say the to me man say the Jumabia and was so we fair or so we candid and so capricious and all those words and no not a can't the grounds on home and based on that and now all cancer or more no we near it. But that may perceive a change agency September you lose a point to Ayana a ye free what is before the court. Now abra court no say lawyers no emfa their friend memorandum of issues embra na court no setting it down as issues for determination or trial no issues are court no be setting it down say issues we na ye die no that is what is before the court for determination. Anything na ayeti has CA on the 4th of March determination and judgment as Supreme Court ebeba no Ebeye 5 issues na court na set it down say ODA no. Now the first legal, me can legal because I don't know you say respondents no raise question of law say preliminary legal objection say petition nankasa and disclose reasonable tribal issues. And a court no yes say only kind and determines a preliminary legal objection. Then on the back can the judgment on. Tiano na issue number 1. Whether or not the petition itself discloses reasonable tribal issues. Now, we come 4 now, I can boom now, yeah, the summary to send a prof, yeah. 4 now, I can no. The summary, they say, whether or not, as at the 9th of December, Judgement a year declaration, no. Now, candidates no be more than 50% of the valid vote cast and the Constitution article 63(3) ne kanana. Now me can we to say issues about article 23 and 296 exercise of discretionary power that was not set down as issue for determination by the Supreme Court.
That's true.
And you know twi adwin ensi say until the court no there you can disagree. When court na man the judgment, to bet me aka say o me ye critique say dey we mani fine. But the area susu dua court na nkasa court no set down issues. Sa issues no na or dey ye the determination. Enye na e bia ye nya dwen ye yen say na nke be pese e bia court no nka sem emfa ho. Na what ma say. Enti no ye kwa ye be nyina ye ntwe adwen sisa de so as far as the court is concerned no court no can bibi say a court of law omu determine issues based on statutes, known laws and established practices of the court, not suppositions. Suppositions na ye no see benya on kind the interest of justice because the prat to crack and be saying kaye e be see etie no omra meka bi na yentie bi they say there are sometimes so here we are na na also bra meka bi na yentie Supreme Court no mandate no senior constitution no the man article 64(1) of the constitution say presidential election petition beto ho a kwan a omofa so omudie and omo ahihye CI 99 a omudi ADA ebrem rebi ana omo abafam abefa CI 47 high court procedural rules enti me de na na de mesra ne say me ye nya predetermined or preconceived mind Proverbs me pa me ze me wia on the governor for no ya do so as ye nya timpo bi say ye de say ne ye penti ne enye say de ane enye say ne e wo say ye adwene fine say judges na I wo no sabio say ne kwasi kai Ghana ho do no mo ti ho omo kiki chichi na ehye omo no kiki de mbra kiki na ahye asem bia omo de omo ani hwe bia no omo de mbra na etoto ho ahwe different from say bia constitutional provision bia ba for interpretation to say LGBTQIA beto ho ne ho sensema eno no different kakra we no the specific issues omo fa evidence bia no mo my issue no so mo decide say evidence abanatimi support issue we then they give their decision on that yen hu no so that yen so adwin be fine e won dem ma expect say on the 4th of March Supreme Court to be so that yadwin ko yen say ne na yen pese yeti a bia no nya issue before the court no one enti a wo say me ne court no nya adwin na ne no na pese me can so that we all be fair to facts and we all be fair to the higher court so e was Supreme Court no eno ana me pese me kana na yawo
Mate lawyer
enkwana awie
for the next week Monday me no be share baby ono a odi I put it to him me no be share baby 4 years ago ne share ne yes share yeah for
enyem akotire we mu 4 years
yeah for me kind of
anyway
no can grab it
anyway
Peace FM 104.3 Good to meet